Hello, my name is Allison coming to you from the beautiful Pacific Northwest in Portland, Oregon. I'm a hypnosis practitioner here in Portland. I had a wonderful client on February 22nd, so it was 222, and she had an amazing session that I just could not wait to share with everybody. Obviously, I waited, a couple weeks, but I asked her immediately, can I share your session? I think it's powerful. The imagery is strong. The message is clear and also very strong. I think everybody's going to love it. And luckily, my client said yes. She's an amazing woman, a homeopathic practitioner. And just a tiny bit of background. She has a genetic disorder inherited from her father. And this disorder killed her father at a pretty young age. And she's been struggling with the health issues from it, amongst other things. And so some of her session will have answers about that and why she went through that. But I'm actually going to be trimming a lot of the personal stuff out of this session, not because it isn't as equally powerful. It's just in a different vein, and I really want this message to get across. All right. I hope you're all doing well out there, and let's begin. I'm outdoors. It feels weird. It doesn't feel like Earth, and everything is really green. It doesn't feel like Earth. It feels really floaty. Do you get a sense of what the green is coming from? If it's coming from vegetation or something else? It's coming from the atmosphere. It's a really gassy type planet. Let's look up in the sky. Is it all green? There's more colors in the sky. There's pinks and purples and blues, and they kind of all swirl together. It's like everything is everything here. It's all one. It feels really good. It doesn't feel like there's gravity. Everything just kind of swirls together. There's a lot of sparkles, like fairy light or something. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look at you. I don't have feet. I can spin, but I don't have feet. I look sort of humanoid a little bit on the top part of my body, and I kind of have arms and a head and hair, but I'm really just this gassy type being and light. Like the bottom of my body is kind of like a genie. I don't have the lower body, but everything just swirls together. Basically, you can be anything and everything, and you can be you and make a form, and you can become formless too and just go into everything. Do you feel like you have a gender? I feel the whole planet is more feminine, just soft. Do you see any other beings or creatures around you? Only if they want to take form. I can see them if they want to be seen, but then I can feel them. I can feel them everywhere. It's a feely planet, and we're all together. We're all one. But yes, there's lots of other energies here. Lots. Everyone's happy and soft and light. How do you interact together? Empathically. It's sort of like that love energy, the love you want to feel all the time. That's what it is. It's just like love. Oh, that's beautiful. Soak it up. That's an amazing feeling. Do these other beings look like you? Oh, they can look like whatever they want. Like one can have wings and someone can have gills and one can just be, I don't know, a blob, I guess. It's like this reset that happens. It resets the love frequency or offers the love frequency. It's really lovey. Do you have any responsibilities here? Yes, I do. And it's to help share this love because so many people don't know this love. Do you feel like everybody has responsibilities or just you? No, we all do. That's our job. If we're there, our job is to spread that and share that. We all have a role. It seems like you're all working together then. Yes, and we're all equal. We're all just love. That's an amazing feeling. Do you feel like this love just stays in this one location, or do you feel like it spreads anywhere else? No, our goal is to make it everywhere, and we're doing better. We're doing really good. We're spreading more love than we have in a long time, and we're celebrating. Things seem dark on our planet because there's more contrast, but we're spreading more love out. We're winning. Would you like to talk to any of the other beings around you and ask them any questions? I just want to feel them. We just feel. We just feel love. Yes, that's an amazing experience. Do you feel like anything ever can stop you from feeling this love? Not for real. But sometimes when I get sad, I'm disconnecting from this love. And that's why it hurts so bad. And this is what can happen when people have heartbreak or broken heart because they detach from this. And we're trying to heal that and offer the love all the time. Is there anything else that you'd like to know about this place? No, I don't think so. All right, let's let you feel a little bit more of this love, and we're going to move you forward. Go ahead, soak up as much of it as you can, head to toe. It felt really good to come here. Yeah, I bet you needed that. And then we move forward to another scene. It's really cold here. The walls and the floor are stone. I'm not on the ground level. I'm upstairs. I see windows, a bed, and then the bedroom. There's a fireplace there. Everything seems really cold, but it's not cold outside. The house is colder, and maybe the energy here is colder. I'm a female, and I look a lot like I do now, but I'm not as tall. I'm shorter. I've got long brown hair, and I'm looking out the window. It's a really cloudy day, and I feel really sad. What age range do you feel? Probably early 20s. Is there anybody in this home with you? Yes, there are people downstairs. There's a lot of people in the house, and I'm just really upset. What is happening that's made you so upset? Something happened with my dad. It feels unfair. And he sent me to my room, and I don't want to be here. I want to go. I don't want to live here. I don't want to live this life and that he wants me to live. What is the life that he wants you to live? He wants me to be married to this man, and I don't. I won't do it. I won't do it. I would rather die. I just want to jump out of the window. Oh, that's terrible. Why does he want you to marry this man? That's just the culture here. He thinks that's what's best. He's really mean and abusive, and he'll hurt me if I don't do what he says. He hurts my mom and my sisters too. What is the culture? Do you get a feel for it? It's old. This is Earth, somewhere in Europe, hundreds of years ago. So it seems normal for the man to rule the house, and they marry off the girls. Arranged marriages are just very normal. But I don't fit into that belief, and I don't want to marry this man he wants me to marry, and I just want to kill myself. I'm so sorry. What do you do with your days? How are your days spent? Daydreaming with horses. I go with the horses into the woods. What do you do in the woods? I talk to nature. I talk to the fairies, and I play with the earth. I go alone. I spend my time alone, not with other humans. I'm having a hard time with other humans. I want to be with the animals and the earth. Do these fairies ever talk to you? Yes, yes, and the animals do communicate, and I'm very connected to the earth. I can feel Mother Nature very much. Nobody understands me. And the man my dad wants me to marry, he'll take all of this away. I won't be living here. I won't be able to come into the forest with the horses. And I just can't lose it. I can't lose that. I'd rather die. Do you ever tell these problems to the fairies? Yeah, I do. And they make everything better. What do they do to make everything better? They remind me of who I am. And I don't want to be a human. I don't want to be a human. It's too hard. Okay, let's find out what happens. You don't have to experience it. You can just observe it if you'd like. And we move forward at this point, moving forward. Where are you now? So with that life, I did kill myself. I drowned myself and I feel so much better. It was okay. It was peaceful. And I'm just not hurting anymore. Did you drown yourself in your home or somewhere else? No, in the woods with the fairies, and it was okay. So you were with friends. Yes. All right. And now that you're out of the body completely, what form do you take, if at all? So I don't really have a form now. I'm just light, no shape. Beautiful. Okay. Do you have a color? Yeah, it's like a warm white light. And then there's a little bit of blue in there too, but it's warm. It's not like a cool color. It's warm, soft light, but it's not very bright. It's just transparent. It's peaceful here. It feels so good here. That life was so hard. I don't understand why humans have such a hard time. So now that you're out of the body, you can look back at that life from a higher perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. Yes, I chose that life because I wanted to feel heartbroken and experience that. I needed to learn that for my growth to help in the future. But I had such a hard time with it. I hadn't felt so much sadness before. I just couldn't take it. I'll have to try again. Okay, and now that you're completely out of the body, will you stay there or will you be moving on somewhere? Well, there's one more life we need to see. Very good. Let's go. And we move forward to the next life. I'm a man, or I'm strong and big. I'm outside and I'm by a bunch of big rocks, like big boulders. But I feel like I'm bigger than a human. I don't feel like a human. I feel like a giant. How do you feel in relation to, say, the trees around you? Oh, I'm big, really big. I feel great. Well, let's take a look at you. So you're male. Are you wearing anything? Yeah, it's hard to describe, but I would say that it's like kind of like battle armor. I'm protecting something, so I'm dressed for protection. Who would you be fighting against? There's a whole, not an army, but there's a whole group. It wants to destroy what I'm protecting. What is it that you're protecting? I'm not sure. Okay, go ahead and look around. Do a full 360-degree turn. Well, there's lots of boulders, and we moved a lot of them in a circle. I think what it is, why I'm getting nothing, is I'm protecting the space. It's sacred ground, but it needs to be protected. There's other people like me here to protect. We're all big. Okay, look at the geography of this place. Can you describe it? Yes, there's green rolling hills, what I would picture England or Old England to be. There are trees in the distance, but we're pretty much in more of an open field that's pretty flat. There's rolling hills in the distance. It's not Stonehenge, but something kind of similar, set up in a similar manner. It's very sacred, healing ground, and it's really important to keep it safe. So, do people come here and they're just able to be in this location and they can heal, or is it something else? Yeah, they come to heal. They come to worship, they come to pray, and then there are those who want to destroy it because they want the power and control. And they can't have power and control with this here. They destroyed a lot of them, a lot of these sacred places. How can they destroy it? They set fires and they tore down some of the stones and killed a lot of people, and they spilled blood. The blood destroyed it. It destroyed it. And who are the people that are trying to destroy it? What do they look like? They're soldiers, but they're little. They're like human size. I'm not a human size. I'm big. But there are so many of them, and there's not enough of us anymore. And we know they're coming. Okay, are there any other forces that can help you? There used to be, but not right now. Earth has to go through this. We're going to lose this battle. There will be a time of darkness on Earth. Is there any way that a sacred site can be healed once blood has been shed on it? Yes, yes, it takes love and the belief of the collective coming back together, and enough people with that frequency will heal it. It will be a sacred space again. It will take a long time. Who is this group that's coming to destroy it? Do they have a leader or a ruler? Yeah, they have an emperor, but the emperor is being ruled by, I want to say, a church or a religion or something. They're trying to say that we're evil, but they're evil. This is light. Tell me about all the things that this place can do. Oh, miracles. People will come, they'll bring people with broken bodies. It can heal, but only if they're supposed to. If it's their time to pass, they pass painlessly and peacefully and quickly. So not everyone gets healed. They either transform to their spirit life in a beautiful transition, or their body's healed. It heals destroyed and mangled bodies and fevers. And it has brought a baby back who died on the journey. I saw it. It was amazing. Do you ever get information from this space? Yeah, it helps us grow our crops and our lands and know about the water and the weather. This is how we flourish and thrive. We can't destroy it. We'll destroy the whole planet. They can't destroy it. Why would they want to? I don't understand. Does your species, these giant people, have a name? I have a sound. And is that your own sound, or is that the sound you call your people? It's what we call our people. Then she proceeds to say a sound that is similar to meh. And have you seen your numbers dwindle over the years? Yes, there are so few. There are so few of us. And I know I won't survive this battle, but I know that I'm going to die to try to save the light in this sacred ground. That is my purpose. That is my mission. You are courageous and bold, and thank you. Thank you. We're lucky that you exist. And would you like to get any information from this area? If you want to ask this energy exactly what it needs to heal, exactly the steps to follow, it can be healed. It can be healed, but humans have to come back and put their hands on the earth. And they have to believe and hold that frequency of love and light and give it back to the earth. And it can all be restored better than it was before, because it would have the love from the people too, not just the universe. And before the battle begins, we're just going to go ahead and step away from this life. leaving that entity to continue on their journey. And so we proceed to move ahead to the higher self, as I could feel neither of us could stand the heartbreak of witnessing and feeling this great warrior giant fall. So now we're talking to the higher self. Now, I know you could have brought forth many different lifetimes for my client to see today. You chose to bring forth those 3 lives for her to see. Why did you pick those lifetimes? She needed to see how strong she is and how much she's been through. She doesn't always believe in her strength. What has stopped her from believing in her strength? Fear. Fear of feeling that pain that she felt in those lives. I see. So with strength comes pain too? Sometimes, but with pain comes love too. Love is with pain, and it's okay. Okay to feel the pain sometimes. What else would you like her to know about herself after viewing these experiences? That she has always had a good heart. She always has so much love to give, and she's always been connected too. Always. We've always been with her. She always felt us. How can she connect further with you? She already does. She just needs to listen. Quiet her mind more. She fills her mind sometimes with books and music, and she needs to just quiet her mind because we're always there. She knows this. And she was taken to that life of that giant who was protecting sacred sites. What would you like to tell her about what really happened on Earth and what healing needs to be done besides what was shown there? There used to be so much magic on Earth. Magic isn't the right word, but we like that word to describe it. And there was magic. There was magic everywhere. And it wasn't completely destroyed. It just needs to be healed. And having faith that everyone can heal the earth and finding others with that same faith can bring it back to what it was. It can be magical again. Everyone needs to know that, not just her. What other things can we do? What things can people do to help the earth other than what was told already? What can we do to bring that magic back? Yes, healing the human ego to start, not dissolve them. No, it's to heal them so you can push the fear aside and bring in the love. That love frequency that she felt at first had that. Bring that in. That will heal the earth. That's it. It's that easy. It's so easy. Do not dissolve the ego. Heal it. What is the best way for someone to tap into that love frequency if it's so foreign to them? They may not know how to do it. What guidance would you give them? Yes, they need to recognize the voice of fear and know the opposite. That is the opposite of love. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's fear. They can recognize that and put a label on it. They can push it aside or heal it so they can feel the love. Why did you show her that life where she was a young woman, trapped, having to do what her father wanted, but finding a way out through committing suicide amongst her friends and nature? We helped her feel the true, pure love frequency. Then we showed her that life when she was cut off from it, and she could tap back in when she went into the forest with the fairies. But she couldn't do that with the humans in that life. And we were trying to show her that was just her belief. Her belief was the only thing in the way in that life. It was her fear of feeling trapped and unloved, and fear ended that life because she cut off from the love. Is there anything else you'd like to tell her about any of the people in those lives or of the other beings in those lives that may be in her life now. One of her sisters in that human life is her sister now, and her dad, on a soul level, that was so hard for him to agree to treat them that way. They all love each other. They just all had to experience that life together. And in her life, when she was a giant, the giant to her right is her friend. They were warriors together. That place with the love frequency, would you like to tell her what dimension that's in, or what frequency is that? That frequency, you can sort of get there in the fifth, but it's really seventh dimensional. But you can really start seeing it in the fifth dimension. It just gets stronger in the sixth and seventh. Right now, it just looks like old ruins. Nobody knows. Wait, what do you mean by that? So we're talking about the planet, that green planet, and what dimension that's in. But then you mentioned the ruins, and I think you're talking about Earth, the sacred sites on Earth. It looks like ruins, right? Is that right? Yes, they're connected. They are connected. That love planet, the planet of frequency of pure love, is much higher, but you can get there from that sacred place in the fifth to the seventh dimension. On Earth, you can get to that from the sacred sites. Now, these sacred sites around Earth that have been destroyed, how many are still active? Right now, there are a couple. They are really special, and there's more that are being restored. Mount Shasta, you can go there. There are some in South America and in India. More will come back. Now, what would we see with the ones that aren't active anymore? Would we feel anything if we were around them? You would. She would. Not everyone would. Some druids still come. They still come because they know and they feel it. Now, she has some of her own questions today. Would you mind if we focus on those? Sure. Now, she was curious about the work that she's supposed to do versus the work that she is doing as a career. Is there some transition that's supposed to take place between her current job and some other work? Yes, she has a transition. It will probably still be a few years, but she'll be working for herself completely. She won't be in a clinic setting for much longer. And does this work entail medical work, energy work, writing a book, or something else? It is writing and connecting with people and speaking. She needs to speak. They need to hear her. And that's how she'll heal people, is through her words, written and spoken. What will she write about? What will she speak about? She needs to speak and tell her story because she went through a lot of things, especially her medical story, so she can help heal other people. No, she can help other people heal themselves. What does she need to do between now and when she fully transitions into that work? What are some steps that she needs to make sure to take? She needs to take more downtime for herself, and she journals a lot, but she needs to focus. Do focus journaling on her story and just pick 1 month at a time, or 1 week at a time, or one experience at a time. And we will go through it in extreme detail, all the emotions, the physical, what she felt, and also document what was happening in relationships, because they impact her health so much. And people need to hear that part too. Is there anything that she needs to make sure to not do during this time? She can get really scattered, and she just needs to focus on one thing at a time. If she wants to write all of her ideas down, they'll all come and we'll use them later, but one thing at a time. And that's where she gets lost. She's all over the place. Do you have any other advice for her about this transition that she's going to go through? Yes, She has this tendency to not write down or not tell people things that seem like basic knowledge to her. And it's not basic for everybody else. She feels people know more than they know. And that's her mistake. That's why she hasn't finished her book. Very good. So she needs to put the basics in there. Yes. And she doesn't like that because that stuff is easy for her, but it's not easy for everyone. And it will give them the full steps that they need to take the full understanding. Yes, that's her struggle. That's it. What does she need to do to overcome that struggle? She needs to go back and spend time documenting her story bit by bit and remembering all those little struggles that she went through herself because she's come so far. It's common knowledge to her now, but it wasn't always, not always. She needs to remember when it wasn't. Now, she says she feels kind of overwhelmed on where to start with the writing. But did you just give her the exact thing that she needs to focus on first, or is there something else she needs to focus on? Her first step into writing is her medical journey. The rest will come later. She'll write about it all. She has to start with the medical journey. Should she continue her medical practice for now, at least? For now, parts of it are fun, and she has a few more people to meet. She was recently in an accident, a skiing accident where she hit her head. She wanted to know, what was that trying to teach her? She has to focus. She's been too scattered. It's going to help her focus because she has to slow down now. It's okay. She'll get through it. She's okay. How long will it take for her to heal? That depends on her. If she stays slow, then a few months. If she doesn't follow her guidance and her intuition, which she already knows, it will take a lot longer. She needs to stay slow. Does she know what staying slow looks like? Yes, but she doesn't like it. Okay, but she's aware at least what it should look like, and you've given her the reason why it's important and the impetus to stay slow. Yes, and this time of not going to the gym and not doing too much will give her the time to start her focused writing. That's what she needs to call it too, her focused writing. How much time each day, if it's each day, should she spend on that project on average? Just 30 minutes to an hour, and not even every day. 3 to 4 times a week would be good. 3 hours a week. It doesn't need to be that much because so much comes when she's in flow. If she can focus in flow, it's quick. I'm just not going to ask the question where she asks, how can she heal herself quickly? Because the quickly comes from the slow, right? Yes. Okay. She asks if, is there anything else she should know about her purpose here? She is going to help people. When she shines her light, she helps them find the light in themselves. She wanted to know about her health. Is completely healing her body possible? And what does she need to know and to do to make that happen? It is possible to a point, but part of her agreement in this life and her ability to help others is going through some physical challenges and overcoming them. She'll have a few things to go through still. She'll always overcome them, and she will always help others by doing so. Is there anything else you'd like to tell her about her health? Yes, she is healthy and she is going to live a long life. She asks about her weight also. What does she need to know about her weight fluctuations over the years and how she can maintain a healthy weight? She should maintain a healthy weight. The gravity is really hard on her body. And when she weighs more, it's harder for her. She needs to stay thin. What does she need to do to let go of that weight or to keep it off? It's just her emotional body. The focused journaling will help her. She knows when she's eating food that she shouldn't eat or eating more than she should eat. That's the time for her to go and do a focused journal. It will give her more insight and more content for her future books. She was curious, what are some of the biggest changes that she will see on Earth during her lifetime, specifically regarding awakening and ascension and the roles of light workers? Oh, so much is going to change on Earth. So much is changing already. There was an overwhelming amount of fear that blanketed the earth. It was good because we are able to dissolve that. We are dissolving that. And so much love is coming in. And so many people are done with fear. There are still a lot of those who are consumed by it. They'll wake up slower, but there is enough awakening happening. Earth is changing and the magic is coming back. It's going to be beautiful and incredible. And that's why most of you are here at this time for this shift. Can you explain why she feels timelines are shifting and what that actually means? Yes, timelines have shifted several times in her life, and that's because of free will. When different decisions have been made, it shifted timelines. It is not complicated. She knows when they've shifted, and it's all for the higher good. She wanted to know, does she have a piece of her on another world? Yes, she does. Are there other pieces of her in other places that she isn't aware of? No, most of her is in the Andromeda galaxy right now. She's working really hard. What is she doing there? They're preparing for this massive shift on Earth. She has an important role. And what kind of preparations are needed there for this shift? Oh, they've been working overtime. There's so much. It's hard to wake people up sometimes. That is their work, or her work, is to help people wake up and tap into who they are and the greater consciousness. Humans are so stubborn and so disbelieving. That's it. They don't believe in themselves. Makes no sense. Do you wish to give humans a message today? Yes. Listen. Listen to yourself. Your brain tries to give you something you call logic, and logic has destroyed your planet. It's more logical to see a doctor than go to a healing sacred land. Logic destroyed your planet. Life is not always logical. That's the beauty of faith and love. It's not logical. This other part of her that lives off world, how does she communicate with them? She's always communicating with them in her dreams a lot, but even during the day. It's that inner knowing. She can tell when it comes from her heart or her solar plexus chakra. That's us right there. Is there anything else you would like her to know today that we haven't asked about that would be important for her and her mission here? Believe in herself. We love her. We are always with her. Thank you. That's the end of her very edited session. I cut out information about her love life and her children because I thought I wanted to get this message out. The stuff about her work, I feel, is very important. People can use that information. But this is a very important time on Earth. We are bringing the magic back. Hold your hands to the earth. Trust, have faith that we can do this. Be with like-minded people. Get rid of fear. Don't try to dissolve the ego, just heal it. This is a big time. We have so much work to do. And our biggest job is to love and believe in each other and believe in ourselves. All right. I hope this helps somebody out there. I send so much love to you. And I'd like to thank my client. She's so very special. I'm so glad she's out there doing the work she's doing, just like all of you. Thank you. We all need each other. You are so loved beyond words. You are not alone. We are all here together, and there are legions of helpers around you. Just tap in.